Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Sunday Pickup Live. What's going on? Can you hear me? I was having little mic troubles there. Can everybody hear me okay? I think so. Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if everything's good. All right, sounds good. Sounds like I might have got it. Anyway, who all we got in the house here? Mr. Joel Royal, good to see you, man. Twisted Mopar, good to see you. Good to see you made it to the No Name Nationals, brother. JB's Little Shop, all right. Good to see you, brother. How'd that carburetor modification work for you? I haven't seen the highlights to it, but I hope it worked. Damien looked like he did a little adjusting for you there. Auto Salvage Outlaws, what's going on? And Leighton Welding, good to see you, brother. I hope I didn't miss anybody there. Landon, cousin Mike. Let's see, we'll get everything caught up here. Calling Tivo, good to see you. For everybody who made it to the No Name Nationals, come on, camera. Just plagued with technical difficulties today. There it goes. I hope everybody had a good time. I know you had a good time. Looks like you got a little rain there in the beginning. It ran even better, huh? Good deal. Yeah, I seen that he boost referenced it off of the manifold for the supercharger. I haven't seen that trick done in a while. Oh, Damien, he's full of all kinds of those old good old tricks. Joe Royal, the clock stopped. That's why. Yeah, one of these days I might just put a battery in that clock. I don't know. It was really hot Saturday, huh? Leighton, did you end up making it down there? You're live. Oh, let's see. I gotta copy this, and there we go, and then we'll paste her on up there. There she is. There's the invite. Anybody want to hop on in, talk about your experience, talk about what you might be doing for the next No Name Nationals, or just want to sit back and just talk about whatever. I had to leave Friday, took sick, ended up in the hospital. Oh, good Lord, not a good thing there, Twisted. Left work and went straight there Friday night. Cool deal. That's a good thing about being that close. You can just hop in and go. I got Turbo Tom like 60 subs, and then he ran the Model T. Sweet. I seen that. I seen the little short of the Model T heading down the track. That was cooler than I'll get out. How many times do you see a bone stock Model T Flathead 4 actually making it down a drag strip? Only at the No Name Nationals. Damien here from Mopars, Mustangs, Mopars, and minivans. Triple M. We'll just leave it at that. Hello, everyone. Colleen is driving, huh? Good to see y'all. Rich GT350R, the guy that really knows how to get the metal hot. Sure, Leighton, anytime. In fact, I better hop back on over onto the YouTube side here so I can pin that. Let's see, mute tab so we don't get that nasty interference stuff. There we go, and then I'll look up here. There we go, and pin it. There she goes. That should be pinned up there now. For anybody who wants to hop in, just click that link up there and we'll get you right on in here. I'm using the mic off of the camera this week. My little lavalier lamp or mic, not doing so good. And you can see I've moved everything back inside in the office here. Well, because it's flat getting cold out there. Winter is on its way. In fact, yesterday it was cold enough to snow, but we didn't quite get snow. Let's see where we at. Your secret's safe with us there, like just throw the pedal down and see what happens. Let's see where we at here. Had to sidetrack a bit, huh? So I can get enough subscribers. No problem, man. The secret to getting subs is just keep throwing that content out there. A lot of people get really caught up on what is a good, video and all of that stuff. The best video you can do is the one that you put out. Because a lot of times it'll be the obscure one is the one that's going to get you and launch you. Trust me, my top 3 are just pickup videos. The ones I didn't put much thought into at all. The ones I think if I overthink them, they don't do quite so good. So I learned just throw the videos out there. All I do in my editing is I just try to cut the fat out. That's it. By fat, I mean like segments where I'm walking over to the toolbox or stuff like that. Dead air time. Anything that's dead air, cut that out, trim it up like that, and send it. I think my tracker has as many LEDs as the Holy Goat has bullet holes, huh? It sounds like you got your light bar up on there. Yeah, Joe, just keep hammering at it and you'll get there. Yeah, we got Mater's Workshop in the house. Good to see you, man. And of course, Tim Windsor, one of the best guys on YouTube here. Let's see. Oh, I seen Terry Grover there. There he is. Hey, Terry, good talking to you. We just talked on the phone just a little bit ago. Really good to hear your voice there, Terry. And I snuck up on you. To Hack's Garage. Hey, Jeff, did you get to throw a couple of rolls out there this year? I got to tell you, man, Larry T-Bird, or I guess you're calling it Rowdy now. Boy, she looked good out there. It sure performs a lot different on a prep track than it did out there on them Cuban streets out in the cane field. Yeah, Joe, that's how it works too. It's just it'll blow your mind. The ones you really don't think too much about, they're the ones that actually pop 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 take off for you. It's been 19 years since the last drag strip. After 3 runs, I was cutting great lights. Fast reaction time is back. Sweet. It's just like riding a bicycle, right? Yeah, the problem is about riding a bicycle. If you haven't done it for too long, yeah, falling off still hurts. That's good to hear, though, BNR. Let's see, you get caught back up here. I pause the comments here so I can read them, and then I look. No, that I'm behind on them again. BNR beat me, but it was fun. That's what it's all about, right there. That's what I like about the No Name Nationals. That's the big thing I like about it. It's just about going there and having fun. It's not the typical drag race kind of event. It's just everybody having a good time. Hey, we got Tall Garage in the chat. What's going on, man? I caught a little bit of your last live where you're thinking about doing that Datsun. That's a pretty cool idea. Jeez, rowdy. You race Buff, huh? Those supercharged GM3 380 V6 Grand Prix are quick. Race them in my 87 C4. Cool. I always wanted to take one of those little Pontiac supercharged ones and mount it in the rear of something. Find something ultra light. John Cope got took out by technician Troy. Holy cow. Was that in the Hemi powered truck? That is one cool truck of his. Troy knows his stuff. That he does. It's just like old school street racing. Yep. Not only in Illinois, but everywhere. Back in the days when you just went out on the street and hey, you want to run them? Okay, let's run them. That was so cool. And like you say, you don't have to worry about tickets later. Pontiacs and fast in the same sentence, huh? Buck beat me once, then I beat him. Also beat that one-eyed cat. That's so cool that Don finally got the old 5-barrel out there. And the original owner of the car was, I believe he took him to Sykeston with him, didn't he? His uncle, or just stopped in to see him, one of the two. That is really cool. All he's missing is a Muncie 4-speed, huh? I got the closest thing to it in the Ford version. I got top loader, which they're pretty close to the same thing. I can't get my dad to give up the Muncie. One of these days I'll put that in something, but it's going to be GM on that one. Buck beat me by a bumper the first time. It was a nail biter. And that is so cool, JB. Hey, look at there. We got a Dayton Welding in.
Trying to get my laptop to work, but it keeps saying camera mic blocked by a browser.
I was having about the same troubles earlier. I was about ready to kick it all back out.
I don't know what got changed. I went before and
Uh-oh. Looks like you done froze up there. Yeah, it looks like he's having internet troubles. Top loader 4-speed is awesome too. Yeah, like I said, they're about the same thing. It's just one was put in the Fords and the other one was put in the Chevys. I forget the Mopar equivalent. What was the Mopar equivalent to the Muncie and the top loader? It was hard enough finding the top loader, let alone one of them Mopar ones. There, looks like you're back there, Leighton.
Yeah, I got like one bar of service out here in the shop, so it's not the best, but I'm getting a different browser because this is clearly not working.
All that technical googly gook stuff. What's going on, Ollie? You nailed it right there. The 833 Mopar. Yeah. And to tell you the truth, I don't think I've seen one. You know, around here. I've seen them in cars, but like at swap meets and stuff like that.
What
Every once in a while I'll come across
web browser
a Muncie or a top loader, but I've never come across a 833 Mopar. But Mopar is actually really rare around here. I think Cal Percy bought all of them. Got one in the shed, was going to put it in that 74. Sweet. One for the big block and one for the small block. The shaft is bigger. Yeah. The one I got is off of Cleveland. It's a close ratio 70, 1970 Cleveland. And boy, when I seen that other one at that junkyard, boy, I jumped on it. Especially with that other internal balanced 460. And the 460, it does turn over. You know, you can roll it over by hand. It's not locked up. So that's another one I can put back on the back burner. Skip's car had a little problem on the way back, but can you tell that one? Hope it wasn't too many problems. Ones behind the FEs were the big shafts. Billy Bobowski, what's going on? Good to see you, man. What's going on over there in the Aloha State? Thanks for stopping in, man. Them top loaders aren't as tough as people think they are. We used to eat them for lunch back in the day, huh? It's a lot stronger than that the T5 though. But yeah, there's limits to everything. And actually, what Terry is saying there is why I was paying really close attention to my drive line and tranny angles and everything. I mean, I'm not going to be hitting it really good and hard. I'm, nothing like Jeff's got going on, but I'm going to give it every possibility it can for surviving. The biggest thing that kill them is when you double gear them. You don't get the shifter quite aligned right, or your linkages get a little play in them, so it'll try to double a gear. Oh Lord, yeah, that is brutal on them. And unfinished project up. Good to see you, man. It's rainy all day, but it feels good, huh? Here, it's the weather has turned here. Last night it got down. Well, we had frost warnings all over, and it tried to warm up to about upper 60s, but summer's gone. Now it's back to insulated coveralls and freezing the butts off. Cleaning up one of my old distributor caps. I think the new one pooped itself. Uh-oh. Doing the heads for the 55, huh? Sweet. No problem, Leighton. Yeah, I can tell you's having a little difficulties there. Same here. I'm actually doing all this stuff off of a desktop. So moving it from the shop to the house, yeah, it's kind of a pain in the butt. It's not like the laptop. I got it all set up and going. Got everything working but my little lavalier mic. I'll get it figured out for next week. Yeah, it's gotten cooler over there in Vancouver too, huh? This is kind of going into your guys' rainy season, isn't it? Yeah, I sure like that 55 that Terry's son is doing. That's pretty cool. Arc season. Yeah, Northwest weather. Oh, Lord Almighty. You go over there on the Northwest and walk through a junkyard, you'll see cars that have got moss on them. I was looking at your clock behind you. You got to change the battery. If I changed the battery, then the remote would go dead and I'd have to steal the battery out of it again. Yeah, in here, time stands still. Can't find your keystone or the can of brake cleaner, huh? That's the way it always goes. I'm constantly doing that. Moss is our state flower. I believe it, hands down. So, anybody got any plans for this next coming winter? What's everybody's build plans for this winter? Stuff to get into the shop and just shake off the cold and throw some sparks. Mine, of course, is going to be the 58. Actually, get it finished up, or at least drivable. What I wish, or what's really going to happen? That's the trick question right there, isn't it, Ollie? I still got a lot to do. I got a lot of winter cleanup still to do out there. Get the lawnmower prepped away, all that fun stuff. Dig my actual car trailer out and clean all the steel off of it. I was going to use it to haul scrap metal in, but I think I'll pull it around, clean it off, and get it ready for hay. And then I'll load my bales of hay up on it this year. Free up the little trailer. Hey, Leighton, You're back. Hey, there we go. The official time. Model T gets 17.1571 in the 8th mile at 38 miles per hour. That's pretty cool. How many people can say that they actually know that stat? How fast is a Model T Ford in the 8th mile? Turbo Tom knows. Uh-oh, Leighton, sounds like your mic isn't working. Let's see, I got 2 projects I recently picked up that haven't even been touched yet. The 50 F1, sweet, and the 56 custom line. So maybe next year. I'm going to have my Ram 50 done by No Name Nationals next year. Damien is bringing the 97 Mustang and a rowdy mini bike. Sweet. Then all you're missing is the minivan. Work on the 70s Trans Am engine and make back the Muncie onto it. Run out of cash before this time. Yeah, I can understand that. Pistons and also custom victory valves. Sweet, BNR. Yeah, it sounds like your audio's gone there, Leighton. Sweet. Got your valves all in? Well, found them anyway, huh? That's going in the pickup, right? The old pickup you got back there, 65, 66. I remember it from the videos. But I don't remember exactly what year it was. That's going to be one good looking little truck, man. And it's an experience. It's something that not too many people have been able to experience, riding in something that old. Fords get the bugs out, just drive away. 65. Yep. Found you a wagon, huh? That's one that I got to get to busy on there sometime or another, too. That it sure was. He gave her all she had too. I thought he was going to take it easy, but no, he had it going pretty good. There we go. We'll try it again.
Now, can you hear me?
There we go.
Technology at its best.
You had Lars start it, huh? He will never forget it. Sweet as butter. You know, on our Willys, it's got the hand crank on it too. Electric start or hand crank it. I've never hand cranked it. One of these days I'll do it just to say I've done it. That's on that little 28 Willys Overland coupe.
Yeah, hand crank, that'd be fun. Just hope you ain't gotta be anywhere in a hurry.
A good friend of mine had a little Allison Chalmers Cub, and it was a hand cranker. I hand cranked it once. But on
Yeah,
that one, I used the knee bump.
Dallas's T-Bird was indeed a bad boy. Man, that car was awesome.
So you just made it down there for the one night afterward?
I made it Friday night, then I went back Saturday morning since we didn't have to work that weekend, this past weekend.
Sweet. So you still made it.
Yeah, I still made it. just not with the car.
Next year, right?
Oh yeah. We're gonna get it together before next year. I'm probably gonna start ordering parts one piece at a time like that old Johnny Cash song.
That's the way to do it.
If I
And
have
what
to
is it?
order the
You
Aspen.
tell everybody here what you're working on there, the Aspen, yeah.
Is my background on?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's my '79 Aspen. We got a 440 big block that Travis Mopar Garage gave me, and it's back behind me, covered up. It's pretty much just gonna be a stock little build right now. Just throw it all back together, new bearings, new gaskets, and get it in the car.
You're not going to do much wild or anything to it?
Nope, not yet. I do plan on building some fender well headers for it. I want the old school white headers on this car. With some shorty mufflers on it.
Sweet. Son just picked up the old school ton. Oh, the barrel plenum. Oh boy. That's a VR1 VRX1. I think it's the designation on them.
I'm going to have to buy me a tunnel ram so I can have a tunnel ram like everyone else. There was a lot of them out there this past weekend. But I got a nice
a tunnel ram.
I got a nice aluminum one that Travis gave me with the motor. Yeah, I've been MIA for a little bit on here. So I said, well, it's time to get back to it. And going up to No Name this weekend, it was like, yeah, I need to get back to the videos, which right now there's still mosquitoes out, so they're still fighting me right now.
Just about the time you start getting a lot of bugs.
We got them all year and until it gets super cold. Just all day long. There's mosquitoes and It's miserable.
And doing it Johnny Cash style, that works for you because you live about just a few miles from where Johnny Cash used to live, where he
Yeah, I
grew
think
up.
it's probably 5 miles.
Yeah.
I still ain't went and did the video on that yet. I just haven't had time. We've been working 6/12, so up till last weekend.
Year-end push or something?
Do what?
Doing the year-end push
I just
before winter sets?
working construction now, so we just been busy keeping the grass cut, getting all the little maintenance stuff done
Yeah.
around the steel mill. And we got another building going up, so it's just a bunch of stuff at times.
Yeah, it throws a little jingle in your pocket, though. It's all right.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like the overtime pay. That's for sure.
It was sure good to see Candy Cane out there.
Oh yeah, yeah. I missed the fire show you got there from the. I guess it was Thursday night, but
Who won the
I'm glad
burnout
it
comp?
rolling from Pork Racing Productions.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. He won that. That's gonna be a great video. I can't wait for him to drop that one. His car, it's got that 8-to-1 header he built on it, and it changes the sound tremendously, which I knew it would. But man, to hear it in person, it was a lot different.
He's a
But
cool
man, there
guy,
was
too.
oh yeah, man, everyone there, they just like it's been said, family oriented. It wasn't crazy, and even the track manager, Miss Lynn. I've been to a bunch of her events because she runs a over in Dyersburg, Tennessee, was running that track. And she said at the awards, she said this is by far the easiest event she's had to do. There wasn't a bunch of getting stressed out, wasn't having to worry about a lot of things because we weren't there to race against each other in a sense of making money.
Yeah.
Everyone was there to hang out and have fun. It wasn't the typical race that you go to, pretty much, which it ain't. We're all in
No,
there to have fun.
the event is in the pits. Just going
Oh
around
yeah,
talking, meeting everybody, and checking out their projects, and it's just a whole different game.
and I still miss people this year. I still didn't get to everyone, and I walked around for a day and a half,
The
like
hardest
Sand
thing to
Mountain.
do there is walk 20 feet because you get 5 feet in and you stop and talk to somebody new.
Yeah, I I went to go holler at Sand Mountain Ballistics. Me and him talked on here before, a bunch, and I walked all the way down to this pit area. He wasn't there. I was like, I'll catch him later. Walked through the pits, walked back down there, still didn't catch him. And he commented on one of my videos earlier. He said, I didn't even know you was there. I said, well, I snuck up in there. So I looked for you, but didn't see you.
Not a lot of breakdowns. That's a good thing. I was noticing
Yeah,
that on the videos I was watching. Yeah, everybody had a pretty clean runs.
we didn't really have an oil down, which was a good thing.
Yeah, that's the trophy you don't want to win. Big Block 402, He kind of took that one last year.
Yeah, he took that one with a bang. He got that one honestly and well deserved on that one.
Yeah, I gave
Not
him
what we wanted.
good
Not what we
idiot.
wanted to bring back to Arkansas. But it was a blast, just like last year, hanging out with everyone. Let me find my phone. I can do that because I don't know how to do that on the laptop. I bought this laptop for editing videos, and I still edit everything off this. Um,
I gotta have
I'm
one of these. I gotta have a mouse. My
I'm
fingers.
faster with my thumbs than I am a mouse for some reason.
I try to edit one on my phone, and I'm holding the little slider across to crop it or stuff, and it goes zoop, 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 and it just it does it about 3 times, and then I get aggravated to the point that I just load it up into the computer and boom, I do it that way. It's easier.
Yeah, I mean, there's times where I've used it for the editing, but it's not too often.
I think my
I
biggest
think.
problem is
Thank
crack
you, Ollie.
on the center of it. Every time I get close to that crack, it does all kinds of weird things. Sweet as butter, Turbo. Keep throwing them out there. Let's push you to monetization by this time next year.
Yep, I'm about to get back to doing some more videos. I got a few little projects I need to do around here. I've got to do a rim repair on my wife's truck. So, well, that'll be some more content or something.
Not necessarily for the money. I'm just talking about for another goal for next year. After you
Yeah.
cross that 500 mark, just keep pushing it. Ride that momentum all the way to 1,000.
Thanks, Billy.
Billy's got you there. Billy's got a
Appreciate
good
it.
channel too. Check out the stuff over there on the islands. He's over there in Hawaii.
Billy, I know who that. I thought that name sounded familiar. Yeah, I was on a live feed with him a couple of times. I don't remember whose channel we was on, but yeah, we was having fun. There was a couple nights we was uh I was live with someone. That's about the time I started kind of pulling back on the YouTube thing and uh dealing with life stuff.
Yeah, I think I met Billy over at Ollie's place or either Ollie or Ice Fighter Garage when they do the garage trivia.
Yeah.
I think it's every
Yeah.
Friday night.
Billy might have been with Jimmy, might have been with Ice Spider. I don't remember. I think it was Ice Spider. I think we was on the after party or something like that.
Ice Fighter, that's another good channel. Yeah, gotta check out. He's working on an old Dodge now. That's what's cool about this community. You know, you branch out into places like that and you get to meet all kinds of people like Billy and everybody.
Yeah, it's funny because they had a map up there this year that says "Mark where you're from," and that map was had spots all over. From all the way up in Canada, from up there with Mongo's Garage to South Florida. I seen it had an X on it.
Sweet. Maybe next year we get somebody from New Zealand. Dean, you out there?
Yeah, Dean, where you at?
52. Yeah, it's like I think it is a full windshield. Maybe 53, 52. Yeah. Dodge Wayfarer. I'd say it was rebuilding a
Man,
Strongbow. Seen him last. I love
there
those
was
old.
one of those local to me for super cheap, and all they got used for was a parade car.
Oh,
And it
really?
was sitting in a warehouse. It was sitting in a warehouse. I'm sure it was on the road at one time, but mostly the last 10 years or so, whatever long it's been, was a parade car. And man, I wanted it so bad that I was like, man, if I get it, I have to sell something, and I'm not getting rid of the Aspen. It's not happening. I love that car too much. I actually pulled the seat covers off of it for the first time since I got the car, and the seats underneath it look like they did back in probably '82 because there's a couple of cigarette burns on the seat. But other than that, other than that, they're immaculate. So I just put the seat cover back on it and let it be for now.
I just picked me up 2 seats out of a, what is it, 67 Thunderbird, the old suicide 4-door.
Yep.
Yanked the buckets out of it. I'm going to use those in that 58.
That's one thing I do want to do. Speaking of the suicide doors, not on the Aspen though. Like my little Dakota that I got, it's a perfect truck for me to just try stuff on. And I've always loved suicide doors, but I don't want to pay for that hinge that they got because they're expensive. And I haven't really looked into it too much yet, but I really do want to build my own hinges and try it out. Worst case scenario, I cut it all back off and throw the factory hinges on it and go about my way.
Messing with hinges can be a nightmare. Ugh.
Oh yeah, yeah. When I was probably 17, uh, I seen this picture of a truck on the internet. He had a tailgate cut in half and it swung on each end and opened up like the newer Dodges do now. And buddy had S10. He's like, I want to do something different to this truck. It's cut the tailgate in half. And so I found some hinges off of a Ford Ranger, uh, the quarter doors that they had. I took those hinges off, used those, then used the latch out of the door and cut them into the bed so it would latch in. But it's been many moons ago.
Yeah, if it's, I've got 2 out there that have got suicide rears. My 40 Pontiac, it's got suicide rears, and my bullet nose Studebaker, it's got suicide rears. One of these days I'll
Yeah,
get them. Like everything. One of these days. That'd be
yeah,
a
one of
good
these.
name for a YouTube channel. One of these days garage.
I'm better jump on it now.
Hey, we got Renegade in the house. What's going on, brother?
Renegade's Garage. Yeah, I've got a lot of catching up to do because I have been really even on YouTube watching or nothing. So I've got to catch up to see what everyone's doing now.
I tried to catch as much of the no name national stuff as I could. A lot
Yeah, I
of
did
short
like a little.
audio
I did
gets
a
us.
little walk around through the pits, and I guess my signal wasn't too good because the audio on it sucked. And I wish I would have went back and recorded Jed from Scott's Speed Shop. 'Cause that car sounds amazing.
Which one?
Uh, Jed's from Scott's Speed Shop that
Oh, yeah.
get the blower and stuff on it.
Cruda.
Yeah, yep.
What's the name of that one?
Don't get me lying. I'll have to look it up real quick.
I know he was going to bring the yard dart, but he brought the Cruda. Cuda. Nice car. Very nice car. I like Jed. He's one heck of a character, and his dad is just his dad is salt of the earth, great guy.
Oh yeah, it was funny. Patrick from Mostly Old Parts and Rust, he was letting his car cool down, and he's looking for a number with that car. So he told Jed, he's like, we need you to lay hands on this car or something. And he did his little speech over the car, and it was awesome. It was a fun time. I hope someone got that on video because it was good.
Yeah, last year Jed was busy working on Jezebel, but me and his dad talked for a good, oh Lord, I think it was almost an hour.
Yeah, I'm looking at his channel right now so I can see what that car was named because I don't remember.
And Big Mike made it down the track again. Big Mike's hoopty barn.
Yeah, I seen him. That old car is cool, the spoke wheels and everything. I'm like, man,
I hope Skip made it home. Skip's Hollow Garage.
that's another thing. This year, I've seen people that I've never heard of before. So I'm walking around the pits, trying to catch names of everyone so I can follow them.
Did Vino make it? Vino's Rat Rods?
I didn't see him. I was hoping to, but I didn't see him.
Last year I tried to catch him and I couldn't find him. I couldn't catch him. He was one that I wanted to meet last year.
Yeah, Vino, he's a great guy. Which he comments on my stuff a bunch. We talk back and forth on here, and he gave me a shirt for my daughter, and
Oh really?
yeah, and he gave me some SpaceX patches. It's pretty cool, some NASA patches or whatever they are, and my daughter loves that shirt that he gave me. The Barley Cuda.
Barely Cuda?
Yeah, Barely Cuda.
Yeah.
Barley Cuda, whatever it is.
Skip made it 20 miles from the site in Kinsman, Missouri and broke down. Oh Lord. I hope he's okay.
That ain't no fun there, breaking down. It's like last year, mine wasn't major. I got there and had to turn around and go back to town and get some stuff. And I made it about 2 miles from the track and had a blowout. So I called Big Block. He grabbed my jack and stuff for me. And the truck's still sitting on the same spare from No Name last year. I don't ever drive it, so I just pulled the insurance and stuff off of it and let it sit. All the
Ed from
trash.
he had troubles last year too with tires. And Buff. Tires were a big thing last year.
Tires and a couple dry shafts. I'll say this.
Get it fixed? Cool.
Have you seen the Geo Metro from Hot Rod Guy Garage?
Oh yeah. That
I seen
is
the thing
cool.
for the first time. And I
That is
noticed it. I'm like, what is this? And I glanced through the back glass of it. And I said, please, hell, this thing's got turbo on it. And I hear him take off. And I was like, yep, that's definitely turbo. Man, that thing was moving. I was impressed. Like, I figured it was going to run, but it ran really good.
well, the Geo Metro don't weigh anything.
No, and the mid engine, the rear engine, whatever you want to call it, there's no need to do a burnout. All the weight's back there on it.
Someone brought a tire machine. I
Yeah,
believe NSB did.
NSB.
Did he bring that and his welder and everything again like he did last year?
Yeah, but I didn't bring mine though. But he knew I wasn't gonna be there. wasn't supposed to, so he packed up his little MIG welder in case someone needed it. But luckily, there wasn't too much carnage really.
Fire in the distributor cap. Nothing did the plugs. It got wet yesterday. Uh-oh. Yeah. Yeah, I was just going to say, clean that up. Throw a little dialect on
it. Ollie. Yes, he does have some nice cars, but that Geo is something it's something that's going to blow your mind. I mean, the Torinos are awesome, no doubt. But a Geo to do what it did this weekend was crazy. And I'm all about some off the wall stuff like Clint Street machines.
I love that build.
I haven't seen that car. I've not been paying attention to everyone. So when I pulled up and seen that, I was like, that is sweet.
When he gets that thing going, oh Lord, it's gonna that thing's almost magazine worthy right there. If there's anything such thing as magazines anymore. Pretty much everything's gone digital.
Yeah. Magazines, newspapers, better thing in the past. B&R Racing. Did you have the white, like 2500 Chevy truck out there? Because I was trying to catch up with you this weekend and holler at you, but I ran out of time. Next year, if it starts prep day on Wednesday, I'm getting there Wednesday. I'm gonna be there for the whole thing. Oh yeah. Hey, Buck's head's so big he couldn't wear his hat after that race. After Buck beat JB, his hat wasn't on. Head just got so big and won't fit no more. Ollie, I do not remember times.
He was on here just a
Times
little bit ago. He's probably listening in.
times is not something I've ever discussed, and I probably won't ever discuss. Even if I knew it just the way I grew up. Everything's always been no time.
Whoever crosses the end at the first, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, BNR Racing I think BNR Racing had the most passes of the weekend. Had to. And it was great because he would get that big old truck spinning some tires
Oh,
out there in the
cool.
burnout box, and it would go sideways, and it was awesome. I wish I would have been able to find you sooner before I left.
Sounds like you had a heck of a good time. That's good to hear.
Oh yeah, man, it was awesome.
Dakota,
Small
did
track.
you get timed out while you was there? What's going on, man?
Yeah, I got to meet Dakota there for a minute. I talked to him for a few minutes when I was looking for Sand Mountain, and I was going to say something else and I forgot. Oh,
It's
I wasn't thinking about it. I drove my little work car up there, and I was really thinking about it until after I left. I said, I should just registered my car. I mean, I already paid for the weekend to bring a car. I should just made some laps of mine, but I
Yeah.
didn't do it. I didn't think about it. Don't know why.
All you needed is a helmet.
Yeah, and it's right here.
Dailies are
beside
easy
me.
to get past tech.
Yeah, no antifreeze. That's it. Go drain it out and throw some water in it. 50 quarter-mile passes in a day. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's quite the haul.
What's up, Tim?
For me last year from here from Idaho all the way, it's a 3-day haul. Of course,
Yeah,
we
that's
kind of
why
napped all the way.
I'm glad it's close. You know, the last 2 years has been close, and it's really good central location, I guess, for everyone. I mean, you're just gonna have some people that drive a lot further.
That's why I like it where it's at, even though it's like in your backyard, Leighton.
Yeah.
It does make it equal for everybody. It's not West Coast, it's not East Coast, smack dab in the middle. So it's fair for everybody, no matter where you're at. Even though it is in your backyard.
Now it's pretty much right there at it, you know. And what's crazy is I live 30 minutes from work, and it still shows that I'm an hour and 40 minutes from my house to Jeffers as me leaving my job site and going to Jeffers. Still the same time, but I drive 30 minutes to work. It made no sense to me.
That's a good point you bring up right there, Dakota. When I first mentioned this whole race to my dad and told him what I was taking, he said, "You're going to go all the way there to get put on the trailer on your first race." I said, "Dad, it's not that kind of race. You can go out there and make as many passes as you want. That's what's cool about it." Heck, our local track here, you go out there and if you lose, that's it. You're done. You put it on the trailer and you go back home.
Yeah, our local track, they do the Friday night small tires and the test and tune and grudge racing. Like on Sundays, they do the heads up index. I can't remember the last time I went to a heads up index race. Just, I've always been more into the grudge race and small tire stuff.
Hey, thanks a bunch there, Billy. That'll buy almost a quart of oil. Thanks a million, man. Because anything I get off this, that's where it goes right back into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still a few hundred away from the 1,000. I got to work on watch time hours.
Like I said, just keep throwing stuff out there.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna throw something out here pretty soon, probably within the next week. Doing something.
8th mile is actually fun. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Big
I've
heavy.
never ran a quarter.
We used to mark out a 1/4 mile out on the back roads and do it. But yeah, after you're up out of the hole and you're going down the road, all you're doing is just listening to that thing just coming. You know something's gonna break, something's gonna break. 8th mile, it's just wham bam.
8th mile, you pull that rubber band back and let it go, and hope you got enough to make it stick.
Yeah, pretty much everything has gone to the 8th now.
I think it's to do with way how fast the cars are getting now, and the insurance and stuff.
Yeah. When what was his name? Coletta, when he got killed, that's when they started even
Yep.
knocking all of it down.
It went from 1320 to 1,000. I remember that. I was watching that. I remember that race specifically.
Boy, that was brutal.
Yeah, it was pretty nasty. And I just seen where one of the top field guys made a 300-mile-an-hour pass in the 8th mile.
300 mile an hour in an 8th. That's insane.
Yeah, that's what I said. I had to look it up to be sure it was real because it's like there's no way.
We're close
But
to
I guess
$5, especially on the premium that I got to run.
I think I
Even the
paid
Wi-Fi
$3.59
has that premium.
gas. Yep, it says
What's going
top
on,
fuel
Bone Truck?
Mike Salinas 300.89 mile an hour in an 8th. But his 1/4 mile time was only speed was only 38 miles faster. It made no sense to me. 38-mile-an-hour difference between a quarter and an 8th.
Because after an 8th, you're just riding it out.
Yeah, I guess so. I just thought it was going to be a little bit higher than that.
They say all of the race happens within the 8th. And 8th mile is actually a little easier to set up for. Now, if you want to see the big time speeds, you go to the 5 mile track.
Yeah, the Arkansas mile's coming up. I think here pretty soon, and I might go to that. I
You
think
go to Omaha Salt Flats for
that
Speedway.
would be awesome. I would love to go to the Salt Flats. I watched that growing up, and then just like if I ever had the chance, I don't care if there's an event there or not. I just want to go see the Salt Flats.
When the event's going, they let you out there. Well, all the way out.
Yeah. What's up, Sand Mountain?
You get to stand right there where the sign is. Oh, where legends have been made, right there. You
Oh
drop off
yeah,
the salt.
that and the Pikes Peak hill climb. That's my two things I wanted to go see in my lifetime.
And there was a Salt Flats car there at No Name.
Was it the black?
32 Roadster.
Yeah, Roadster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that. Whose was that? Because I can't remember.
I forget his channel name now. And I feel bad because I've actually met him out on the salt. You don't remember racing a Dodge van? Ah, you missed your chance to time out John Wilburn. You had your golden opportunity there. We got to make sure that that's an event next year.
A van race.
Oh, Dakota versus John Wilburn.
Oh yeah.
Who's going to get the timeout?
I'm ready to see. I'm ready to get stuff got rolling around here, but I'm ready to see what everyone else is gonna do for the next year.
I'm holding in there. I'm gonna keep building for the burnout.
Yeah,
That's
I
gonna
really
be
want to do the burnout competition, but I really don't want to do it with the Aspen. I want to do it with something that if it burns to the ground, just give it to someone and they can haul it off for scrap metal. Just something I ain't gonna really worry about tearing up. If it blows the tires out, wraps the quarter panels up, so be it. Whatever. But I think I've had enough of these mosquitoes tonight. I'm gonna go back in the house
all right.
and yeah, I seen your pass against Buff. Oh yeah, Buff got beat by a woman in his own vehicle. I told him, I said, Buff, you got beat by a woman. He said, yeah, but it was my own vehicle. I said, still got beat by a woman. No, it was a great time though. But thanks for having me on here, BareRose, and
No
y'all be
problem.
seeing more of me again.
Take care, man. Boy, you
got to see me. You got to see me.
Irish?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got home last night and this morning I got up and took one thing apart, then another thing apart, then another thing apart. Now I got an entire ass end of a car is completely torn down. Valve covers are off.
Is this on the Buick?
Huh?
Is this on the Buick?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no big deal. It's just the rings really haven't let go yet. They're still. I ran it down the track and I think I lost a quart of oil going down the track out the tailpipe. But
Uh-oh.
But you did good. 12 mile a gallon there and back. I mean, its first real run in 20 years. It never really left 2 mile area. So
And that's the one you're going to be taking to duct tape now, right?
yeah, we're leaving Wednesday morning, man.
Whew.
My parts will be here Tuesday evening.
Cutting it slim. But that's the way it always goes.
Huh?
That's the way it always goes, though.
Yeah. And air shocks, nobody has them for this. It's a heavy duty suspension. So I had to order them. Gabriel hijackers, man. It's the only thing there was. And then this has those aftermarket, the old school lift on top that goes between the shock and the regular tower, where he goes in and bolts in. So it had long ass bolts through pot metal that were corroded to the bolts.
Oh, no.
The right one came out okay. I mean, I had to fight it. but the left one, I used a torch, a pry bar, a Dremel, a cutter wheel, and I was going to wait till they come in.
Good thing you dug it out.
Yeah, it's a good thing I did it now. No big deal. I'll just throw some seafoam or some damn right down the carb, try to free up them damn rings. But they're also, I was talking to Dallas yesterday before we left. He was talking, because he's like a Buick guru, you know. So I was talking to him, and he said the valve seats are really bad in those. Like, they'll go out, they're notorious. And it made me start thinking about it. And I never took the valve covers off that engine. So I called my buddy Tony, my transmission guy. I said, what do you think about this? And he said, sounds to me like your oil holes are plugged up and the oil's backing up in the valve cover and running down your seats underneath your umbrellas. So I took the valve covers off.
Plug solid.
Because the oil holes, the return lines holes are in the back, and there's a head bolt right in the way. So the oil has to go across that head bolt. Well, there was sludge, that gray old oil wax crap was built up about an inch high. So I cleaned them all out, and of course, just valve covers destroyed. The gaskets are destroyed. Those will be in Tuesday, you know, because of Buick. And but I got them good and cleaned out, and just got to wait on my valve cover gaskets. And then I just got to, you know, I'm going to change the oil and put her on the ground and gone. But I had to get new rear tires too. Brand new tires on that thing. They're cut up because the air shocks blew out. Ass end came down on the wheels, and the trim got caught in the wheels and cut both tires. So those will be here tomorrow. There's another $300. But don't we love what we do?
It's just part of it.
It's so relaxing.
Then you get to go out, sit in your wicker chair, smoke a cigarette, and just
I don't know. I honestly can't wait to do it. Do what?
You will make duct tape, bro, right?
Oh yeah, that car, and just on that little 400-mile trip, you know, it's 200 down, 200 back. That thing never missed a beat. Just flew. But you tromped on it and gave her all 4 horses, you know, it looked like a damn, you know, because it was blowing oil past the rings. But you know what? They drove them like that for years. I went to Rural King's Day and bought a whole case of Rotella. I'm just gonna throw that in the back. Hopefully them things will let go sooner or later, man. That's all I can hope for. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. Me and my oldest son, we're gonna take a trip. He's gonna move to Florida in March, so we'll just run out there. Zeppy's kind of mad. Zeppy wants to go, but I'll have enough problems with the car, I have feeling, to not be having to watch up with an 8-year-old. I just don't want to get in a position where he's in danger.
Yeah.
So not on this one. If I do it again, I'll take him. If it was summertime too, I have to take him out of school for a week. You know, he'll be gone Wednesday through next Wednesday. So, but yeah, I just got done just kind of relaxing. Just self-tapered the trim back on the car. And I wasn't planning on making another video. Well, now I got a whole nother video.
Hey, there you go.
I was just going to make a little, video of No Name Nationals. Well, now I got a video of basically starting back over where I started at 3 months ago. So,
if nothing else, these cars, they give you all kinds of content.
You what?
Whether you want it or not, these cars will give you lots of content.
This one here actually draws some attention. I've got I've got a fan from Hot Rod Garage that can't wait to see this car.
Oh, cool.
Because you don't see them. The people that got to see that car yesterday. That's one of. I mean, it's black. It was originally white, but in its white state, it's one of maybe 2,000 made. But because whenever you look it up, they made the Buick GS 340, the GS 340 California edition. That's different. That is a totally different car than this one. And then they make the Buick Special. They add all those together in total made that year in 67. It was 17,000. But this one here, plus it's got bucket seats. They came standard with a bench. So,
and it's like I was saying, it's a desirable car. It's a two-door. It's kind of a muscle car. You know, it's a rich man's luxury type muscle car.
Yeah.
That Mercury I got, that green one I was trying to bring last year, there was only 794 of those made.
Damn.
In that color, you know, with that interior package, the whole package. There's only 700, almost 800 of them made. But it don't mean anything because they're an undesirable car. It's just a big old four-door Mercury. Yours, on the other hand, is, you know, that's a desirable one.
Yeah. I planned on just leaving the car the way it is, but I fell in love with this car. This thing, other than the smoky smoke, you know, I love this car. It is so much fun to drive, and God, you talk about comfortable to ride in.
Oh yeah, Buicks.
It's just smooth.
I love my little Buick.
Dogs are barking at whatever the hell they want to bark at. But I am going to try to find a hood and a fender for this car. Not easy to find at all.
One-offs?
Huh?
They're one-off, just the GS?
It's a 1 year GS 340. The 66 stuff will fit if you modify it, but it still won't look the same. You'll need to change both fenders, the hood, everything. So, and it's not a Skylark fender. Got totally different little accents down the side. There's a guy in, I found a guy in Washington State or Oregon or something. He's got like a whole bunch of California edition stuff, which is the same. And I may talk him into finding a way to ship me something, because I don't know. I mean, I could leave it the way it is and people know what car it is, obviously. I mean, but I don't know. I kind of want to make it look, you know, not paint it. Come on now. But I just want it to be, you know, that when you're driving that car, you're looking out the window on the driver's side, you can see where the fender comes up and then slants down, and it just looks cool. Then you look at the other side, and it looks like, you know, gorilla sat on it. And I can't get that straight. I tried, but I just like the lines of it. It reminds me of a Roadrunner.
Kind of, yeah.
The front end reminds me of a Roadrunner, and I hate Mopars. The only thing I like about Mopars is they're the best looking car. They really do have the best looking cars. It's too bad everything under the pretty is straight garbage. But boy, I make people so angry saying that. So I'm like, everybody around here has them, and they're all fancy and pretty. They never take them out of the garage. And the only reason they have them is because they broke down on Interstate 70 and somebody just abandoned them. You know, like, $200 Mopar, $200 Charger, that piece of crap. It ran. You know, that's literally what happened with Dodges.
Yeah, they were built cheap as possible.
Yeah. Oh, Gotham, are you there? Are you there? There you go. Gave you guys a somersault.
It blew me away when I opened up that little dart. Yeah, My fenders on my Ford are thicker than the frame rails on a Mopar.
Well, I have to deal with a little bit of Mopar. I got that damn Javelin. The front end's the same kind of torsion junk. Ride like a damn, like you might as well be on a dozer doing 90 across logs. That's how that Javelin feels like to drive. It's not comfortable at all, and it's got all new suspension under it, and it's terrible. But yeah, the Cutlass, that thing rides like a dream. And this one here, this Buick, man, it's just smooth. Go over bumps, and I didn't even have any shocks. So I got air shocks along with my 2x4 lift kit plus the 3 inches on the shocks. I'd have put me some, like, they made them 310 50 15s or whatever the hell they were. You put on 12s, 15 by 12 wheels. I should put some of there. Street freak it. Like, who was it? Dust Devil Garage or whoever it was got that damn, what is it?
Knuckle Duster? Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a good looking car.
Yep. But yeah, I'm going to be out west south of you.
Yep. Just a state under.
Well, you ought to come down there. It ain't that far.
Just a hop, skip, and a jump.
I just can't wait to drive across Texas.
Oh, Lord.
In a black car.
Long haul.
Black car, black interior. Let's go through the desert together.
Late September, though, it won't be quite as bad.
Do what?
Late September, it won't be quite as bad.
That's what I thought about driving to Sykeston. Oh, that won't be that bad. I actually had to turn the heat on in that car closer we got to home. It started getting chilly.
Really?
Yeah. I did get the heater working in. It works good too. It'll bake you out. But no, I think it'll be fine. It's I said it runs good, shifted good. No noises out of the drivetrain. It actually ran a 1099 or 1095, even with the blowing smoke. I sprayed for skeeters pretty well. But I'd say sitting 20 years and barely left the house, and then it drives 200 miles. I think it did pretty good. Used 2 quarts of oil for the whole trip. That's why I know. But the plugs, man, the plugs are perfect.
Huh.
That's why I think
run down it would knock them loose.
Well, a lot of the smoke is fuel. Because I think my compression rings ain't holding yet. I think it's kind of letting. How would you say? I'm getting a lot of the compression is escaping through the piston down into the crankcase, coming up through the PCV valve, and that is sucking that down and it's blowing it out. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I've had that happen on a Ford. Kind of like, how a small block Ford, sometimes if the intake leaks, it'll suck oil from the valley.
Oh, yeah. FEs will do it bad.
Yeah. It's same concept. And that's what I'm guessing. Those rings just ain't quite. I gave her too many beans too early from her nap of 20 years is what had happened.
You gotta wake them up a little.
Huh?
You gotta wake them up a little, shake the stick a little.
Yeah. Well, when I get her back together, first thing I'm doing is I don't know what I got in the garage. I either got Berryman or I got Seafoam. Hopefully it's Berryman because Seafoam's expensive. Shit's $9 a can now. I'm just going to run 2 cans through that right down the carburetor. Just blow her, piss off the neighborhood. Everybody's going to think you got a forest fire going on. Auto salvage was 10. I only ran once. That's all I wanted to do. It was 10.9 something. I got the slip in the car. 70 some mile an hour, but it was smooth all the way down the track. But I think I was losing compression, and that's a 10 1/4 to 1 compression engine factory. So if them rings ain't, if they ain't, seating good in the cylinder wall, you're going to have some problems. But just cruising, she's great. So I think a good tune-up, another oil change, get her. I'm going to put some of that Rosaline crap in the oil and just a few snake oil things, and hopefully it'll come out of it. That's what I hope. If not, well, I got another engine to build this winter. But, I mean, if I'm just driving it around town, it's fine, But I think it'll come around. If not, when we get to Texas and hit 80, 85 mile an hour, we'll just put a tube from inside the door down under the hood right into the valve cover, and I'll just have my son sit there and pour oil in it.
And start running like a John Deere, dump another cord in.
Get 100 miles, fill your oil, and check your gas. Now, Lucky Costas, who he emailed me and said, "Are you really bringing that Buick over here?" And I said, "Yeah, I am." And he says, he went to my channel, and now he's commenting on all my stuff. So when he emailed me, he already knew about the Javelin and all these different cars I got and the ambulance and stuff. I'm waiting on the, hey, would you want to sell that or let us, put that on Hot Rod Garage? And I'm going to say, no. Because then it'll just end up in Dubai on some frickin' rich man's property getting sand in it. That's what happened to all the Freiburger's cars.
Really?
Oh, yeah. He finally got a bunch of them back. He was so disgusted with what they did with them. But, I mean, he sold them to him. It wasn't like the muscle truck was over there. The T-37, I think, was over there or something. Yeah, I was around him the entire power tour. But he had people crowding him so much, him and Alex both. I've met her a bunch of times. She's really sweet. But Lucky was so busy, and you can look in someone's face and you can tell that they love everybody. They love that people come to them, but there's also that look in their face like, can I get a break? Go have a hot dog and a beer.
Give me 5 minutes.
Dan got that way from DD's Speed Shop. I passed him once hiding behind a building, eating something and drinking a beer. He was just, he says, I said, "You all right, man?" I said, "You want another beer?" And he goes, "No, man, I'm just trying to get away from people." I said, "You wanted this job." He was there with Speedway, so he was super busy.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Big old deal on that straight axle he did for that. Nobody's doing.
I am so far behind on his stuff. But yeah, anyway, to finish that, Lucky, huh?
I like DD's Speed Shop. I love his channel. I like what he's doing, but I can only watch a few minutes of it anymore because his videos are so long.
Yeah.
If I watch a whole video, I can't watch anybody else's.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm gonna crash your show for a second.
What?
No. I gotta get some more coffee. I'll be right back. Hey,
look at that before you go.
Man, that completes it.
That completes it.
Torino?
No.
That's the.
It's just lacking the side pipes.
Oh. What year is that?
That's a 72 Ranchero, and that is officially the Huevo Ranchero. That is the car that Kim gave to the boys last year at No Name Nationals.
Oh, well, that's awesome.
So I've slowly but surely having the videos come out, but we went up to his place and tried to get it together and get it running. in 7 days, and that didn't quite work.
What motor?
It's now got a 302 in it. Originally was a 351 Cleveland.
Really?
So it's got a roller 302 in it. They're going to start off with 2-barrel and the stock cam, because I didn't figure they could handle the 4-barrel Y end and the B303 cam in there.
That
Oh.
It'd be
little,
nice for later on, but right now stock is good for those two boys.
Yeah.
They're
The only
14 and
thing
15.
The only thing is I like 2-barrels on my derby cars. And believe it or not, a 2-barrel can wind up a little 302 pretty quick.
We have a 500 CFM Holly 2-barrel sitting around here somewhere.
That's actually too big.
Yeah.
But it all depends on how you tune it. My dogs won't. You want some dogs? I'll drop you some off there in San Antonio. You just come up while I'm coming through. Especially
Kim,
a damn blue heeler.
Here's another thing for you. I actually like blue heelers, but I found one.
I'll be daggone.
So,
Super B, Cornet.
believe it or not, neither. What the deal is this is Scott's car radically saved, the one I pulled out of the junkyard. So it's
Yeah.
a 70 Plymouth Satellite, but I'm bolting on a 70 Coronet front end.
Heck yeah.
So,
Here I am putting down Mopars, and you're swapping stuff like that.
well, I mean, why not? It's fun.
Well, yeah. That damn car that was there yesterday, that little Prism or what the hell it was with the turbocharged 3.6 or 3.8 in it. Good God. I was watching that thing fly down. I was scared to death of it. I was scared watching it.
The Geo Metro.
Yeah. Because Amber had one of those. And she's like, I had one of these. I said, not like this one you didn't. This one
Well,
actually be fun.
Supposedly what pissed the other guy off real bad was the fact that he lost to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lost to a Geo. That's cool.
But yeah, that don't be too surprised if that little 2-barrel will scream on that 302 because
It should
the only
do pretty
reason they
good.
really need a 4-barrels for fuel mileage.
It'll be a good little car, in all things considering. But I just figured before I let them stick their foot in it real good, they need to learn how to drive with that 2-barrel. And they need to learn how to do the stuff. So if they go ahead and put my extra stuff on there, they got to earn it.
You're going to come in off the boat and your kids are going to have all of that all good and hopped up.
Yeah.
Make sure you put a line lock on it and no rear brakes. Otherwise, if you're not around, you're probably going to be replacing rear brakes a lot.
Well, believe it or not, and Kim can attest to this. Before that car got home, before we started it, we actually had the brakes finished.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, the brakes are actually all there and together and working.
We got the brake,
Wow.
did a brake job on something. Didn't even have motor or transmission in it yet.
Well, we were planning on trying to at least throw it together and run it, and really, we ran into troubles with parts, not being able to get them in. We couldn't get timing sets. It took 3 days to get the master cylinder. That kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, you want a master cylinder? Well, that's got to come in from Salt Lake City.
Yep. I'm like, oh brother, where art thou? I'm a geographical oddity out here. I'm 2 weeks from anywhere.
You can ask him. We had plenty of energy to get that thing together and actually on the road. It just ran into too many problems.
It's tough.
Welcome to my world. I get it on
Well,
the
see,
road.
I'm
And then it
45
breaks
minutes from the local warehouse.
down. Yeah.
We got parts stores around, but nobody carries anything.
What's
Yeah.
crazy is I was at No Name Nationals, right, in Austin, Lucor, and he come right through here by my house and went south. And I said, "Well, you run and go home?" Because I got some moonshine I got for him when I was in Gatlinburg. And he was going to come back through. Well, then he decided it's such a boring drive, he wanted to take his own way. Well, he spent the night in some no-name podunk town because his fuel pump went out of that Le Mans. And it's about the same distance he is from where he would have been here. And I said, "See, you could have been doing this with tools and me
moonshine.
and moonshine." I said, "That's what you get. Welcome to my fuel pump world."
I understand.
But he's about to get it home. He's about home now.
He beat Austin in Trans Am.
That's because he got no traction.
That's what I heard. I heard the whole weekend was no traction.
That's what I heard too. I was there. I mean, I had street tires on. I didn't even burn out. I just pulled up to the light and watched first responder double stage me. God damn it. He went straight into the second light. And I was like, "Hey," I looked over at him. I just put my arms up. No courtesy bump? What the hell? But no, I love that Trans Am. I love that car. That it 455. God dang. It sounded great.
Well, I would have liked to have been there, but real life has kind of gotten in the way around here. And in all honesty, I made the right choice because I'd have been dangerous driving up there. I was running almost no sleep, and it was the best choice for me and my family because safety wise, it came out better.
You pretty much got off when the no names were going on. I mean, you would have to fly to there and have them meet you there.
I literally got home around 1:00 in the afternoon on Wednesday. And I'd been working nights for 31 days straight. So coming off of nights, trying to drive 14, 15 hours one way, it just, I was burnt. I was beat. And then I'm also having to deal with housework and stuff like that. So I've got to be out of my mom and dad's place and into my new house by the end of the year. And I'm doing all the work on the house. So,
and you're building the house. So, yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
Did Hunter just put up and said that he wanted to run slicks next year? I think he did. You know, you got to have a drive shaft loop and a cage, or at least a drive shaft loop, I think.
Yeah, drive shaft loop.
Yeah, if you're going to run. Because he asked me if I had one. Deke did, and I said no. He goes, "Why don't you have one?" I said, "This thing it's stock." He goes, "I know these cars. Why don't you have one?" I said, "I got stock tires on it, man." All right. But yeah. No, are you wearing one of Jacob's shirts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been friends with Jacob for a good long while.
Yeah, I talk to him at least once or twice a week. It's the AMC thing, you know.
Well, usually whenever we go over to the eastern section of the U.S., I'll stop in if we're coming through there.
Yeah. He's a good dude. He's funny as hell if you get him going.
Oh, yeah. His dad, if you've met Tim is a hoot as well. You kind of see where he gets it from.
Yeah. That whole crew, I went walking up to my Javelin down in Atlanta. I went walking through and, seen people, seen the sights, checked in. And I was heading back, and he's back there. Oh, hanging outside. That's the way you do it.
That's what I'm working on today.
You just got her in, huh? That's the one you just got from the machine shop, right?
Yes, that's a 7-month wait right there. I picked it up Friday.
No, I just don't say too loud where you're from, because Amber was at Lackland. She loves the Riverwalk down there.
We're, as far as Lackland goes, we're about an hour 15 from there.
Really?
Yep.
And she's outside. She just heard you. Great. No, I got to know Jacob on Power Tour the year before, and then this last one we ran into each other all the time. When I walked up to my car, he was back there filming my car.
Yeah.
Because I had my Javelin there. I said, "What are you doing?" He says, "Well, I don't get to see this thing in person that often." I said, "It's 2023. If you want video of it, I can just take video of it and send it to you." It's good. He kind of laughed about it. And he got me going around Bristol or around Rockingham.
Now it's not on YouTube, but he's got footage of this car here on his Instagram account from when we showed up and saw him.
Cool. But yeah, I've never been to Texas in my life. Nope. I've been in every state east of the Mississippi, truck driving or vacation with family, that kind of thing. But I've only been as far as Wichita, Kansas, Salina, Kansas, Arkansas, Louisiana, Iowa. I've been into Minnesota across the bridge, but that's it. I've never been to Colorado. I've never been anywhere. Las Vegas, but that don't count because I flew in.
I think the only one I'm still missing is Oregon.
Yeah.
Oregon, Nebraska, and the Dakotas.
God, driving across Nebraska sucks. That is like back when it was 55 mile an hour in a semi.
No.
Like, you didn't have Sirius XM, didn't have cell phones, didn't have nothing. And I wasn't really bored, but now you think about it, it's like, how did I do that? You know, I didn't have anything. I didn't have cell phones. I still had to use pay phones to call in. Fax machines at the freaking TA. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We're gonna take 40. I think it is, ain't it 40 that goes across? No. Going through Oklahoma 66.
So it's that'll be 30.
30.
I think that's right, 30. Or is it 40?
I don't remember.
Now you got me wondering. Because I know 20 comes off and drops down to I-10 from up near Dallas. So
yeah, we're gonna try to hit a lot of 66, but gotta remember I'm leaving Wednesday morning, and the event starts Friday. So it's a 24-hour drive from my house.
Yes, it's
so
40.
We're gonna try to. Amarillo is 12 hours from my house. That's without stopping. So we're gonna try to make it 12. I'm a truck driver. I drive 12, 13 hours a day anyway, so it ain't no thing. But we'll try to get as far west as I can on the first day, you know. That's the only thing that sucks. It really is a rush to get there. The event, we're camping there, and then haul ass back so I can get back to work. But
it's a fun event. I went to the last duct tape drags that they had, or not the duct tape, the zip tie drags that they had, but it's a good event.
Yeah. We decided to camp because they got such nothing against them, but they got such a homeless migrant problem right now in Tucson, and I don't want to deal. And they're at the nearest hotel's pretty far away.
Yeah.
It's not super far away, but that, and they got the campfires and all the stuff. I mean, why would I want to? I would just stay there, you know. Yeah. I'd find a truck stop with roadies. I've got like 10 gazillion shower coupons. So I'm sure they got showers or something there. They usually do at these racetracks. So, you know, but we're going to try to do it in the 2 days. It may be Friday late morning before we get there, but because we may make a little strip down to the Grand Canyon, about
That's a bit of a
65
trip.
miles or 70 miles out of the way. But I don't know. I think it'd just be cool to hit Route 66 for a lot of it.
Yeah.
It's good to get out and see parts of the country you haven't seen before.
Well, guys, I got to jump off here. My phone is telling me that it's about to overheat.
Oh, yeah, gum electronics.
I know. I love it when they talk back at you.
Oh, shit. They're like a wife.
Great seeing
They're
you.
worse
Like
than
a
that.
addict. Get off the phone. You know, that kind of thing.
Heathens
Blake?
assemble. What's going on, Blake? Looks like you had a good old time down there. I got a bunch of videos I got to watch. Oh Lord, I am way behind.
Trying to read through some of the comments on my phone. That sucks that it ain't like on the YouTube, you know, or on the computer. You can see both.
Yeah. This is tough doing on the phone.
There we go. There we go. But yeah, it's finally starting to get dark. I got to clean up my tools and the waiting game and the stress from sitting here. I mean, you can see it in my face. I'm so happy to be where I'm at.
I can tell. I can tell. And when you first came on, you showed me your hand. I was like, "Oh Lord, something's happening."
Oh, I had to go to a farm store. We got a Rural King, and I needed new bolts for these shocks. I already went and got everything I need. That way I can just stick them in. You know, I walked in and I didn't even think about my face. I've been under that car beating on metal, and you know, it's just. I go in there, it's all in my beard and everywhere. And this lady looks at me. She's like, "What have you been working on?" And I just looked at her. I said, "Buick."
I'm covered in Buick and it's starting to itch.
Yeah. Then she saw my shirt, and the back of the shirt has a logo, and I'm starting to get to be known around here. A lot of people already know me anyway. So I'm the guy they call. Hey, what's wrong with this? Hey, what would this be? What would that? I don't know. It's right in front of me. What year is it? It's a 2014. Get off my phone.
Oh.
You know, I don't even want to know. I got a scanner if you want me to scan it, but then you take it to somebody else. I ain't touching it.
Yep, that's mine too. In fact, I buried my scanner. There's
Yeah.
only a couple people that know where that's put away at.
I had a buddy got a newer Chevy, 2012, 13, something like that. And my scanner goes all the way up to like 2018. So hey, you got that scanner? I said, yeah. He said, can I borrow it? And I said, yeah. He got up to the driveway. I didn't even let him pull in, and I threw it through his window. I said, get the fuck out of here. You get that thing out of here. You just take that scanner and go back home. Do everything you need to do, and you bring it back when you're done, and just put it in the mailbox. Keep your crap off my property. Pardon my French. But that's just how I am.
I just lose my happy place when I'm working on that kind of stuff. It just my hands touch plastic, and I just
I used to have. You remember the old, like you had the electronic carburetors, you know, the old Rochesters that had all that open and closed circuit crap. When I was truly mechanicking, when I was working in a mechanic shop, I had an OTC scanner that went on that little thing that You know, you could buy the little key at AutoZone and it would flash. Well, this is the same thing. It hooked up to that.
And you count
That
the
thing
flashes.
cost me like $4,000, and the shop wouldn't buy
Yep.
one. So
And you
I
had to
went
buy
ahead.
an adapter for every single one.
Yeah. And you talk about a primitive piece of crap. That thing would give you an idea of where to look, but you still had to be a mechanic, you know. It ain't like now, it'll tell you. Cylinder 3, misfire, check the friggin' whatever, the coil pack. It'll tell you which one's wrong. And these guys make $40 an hour. I was making $9 an hour and had a $50,000 tool bill. You know,
Yep.
nowadays all you gotta do is look at a scanner.
The good old days of OBD1. That's when Snap-on made all their money. Well,
I love it
Snap-on,
when
Walmart, all of them.
well, I'll watch young kids YouTube channels once in a while. They'll come across, you know, this small channel, and they'll be working on they got themselves a 76, 77 Ford F-250 with the big lift and all this stuff. We're going to work on the brakes on this. And they take the wheel off, and it's got that slide thing that goes in with a how what happened to 2 bolts and the caliper comes off? What's all this? Well, you need to find some old schooler on YouTube to show you how to knock that out with a punch and a hammer. Make sure you grease it when you put it back in with anti-seize, or you'll never get that thing out again. You'll find it out real quick if they didn't put anti-seize on it.
Wish they didn't.
No. But, well, I think I'm going to get off here and get my tools. $53 an hour. That's great. You know what? I still wouldn't want to deal with it.
Not with that.
No.
Well, back in the day, we all hated electrical problems. Every
Yeah.
car out there now is an electrical problem.
I had somebody say on one of my videos, "You've got wires everywhere in there in this Buick." And I'm like, yep,
And I know where
they're all red and white. And I'm the only person that knows where the hell they go. So good luck. If I die and the kids decide to have a sale and they're all gone, the guy's going to look at this and go, "What kind of jackass redneck?" But if you flip this switch, turn this key, hit the brake, and hit the shifter just at the right time, it all works.
Fires right up.
Yeah. But I better get off here. I got to get my electronic tools cleaned up because it like spit rain on a little bit, but I can't do nothing till Tuesday. So
Hang in there,
I guess
man.
I'll just pace and cuss at part stores for not getting me my damn parts.
The ongoing thing.
I should have another video done for next weekend,
Sweet.
but hopefully I'm sitting in the desert while it's being aired. So hopefully,
You're
there
cruising through the
where I
desert.
want to be, not
Yeah.
out with the rattlesnake. I had to have somebody remind me that, hey, by the way, if you're ever going down the interstate out there and you decide you're going to take off, pull aside and take a piss, make sure you have a flashlight, watch where you're stepping.
Yep.
No, oh, yeah. They're going to go to the highway because the pavement will be warm.
Exactly.
Mm.
You roll down the desert on the freeway and you'll hear a pump pump quite a few times. Yep, you're running them over.
All it did was just make sure that I drill a hole in the floor and put a hose out. I'll just go down the road like that. Them damn turbine truckers, they do it all the time. They got holes in the floor with a damn hose. But I'm glad I don't have to change the oil in those. But anyway, I want to get off.
Great seeing you, man. Good
See
luck
you
with
later, man.
duct tape.
See everybody in chat. Bye.
And with that, I think we'll go ahead and wrap her up too. We've been on for a good 2 hours. That'll do her up for this week. thanks a million, everybody, for coming out. Everybody in the chat. Thanks to my mods for posting up people's links. If you are one of my mods, don't hesitate. Go ahead and post everybody up. We're all here to help everybody out and get each other all of our goals. And for the super chat tonight, Billy, thanks a million, man. And we'll do this all again next week. Till then, get out there and get some metal hot and check out other people's lives that are going on. I usually run until Uncle Tony's on, but I didn't see he's on yet. But somebody will be doing a live, and we'll just carry this on over at somebody else's place. Till then, thanks for coming out. We'll catch you on the next one.